heart is, that's where I wanna be. 'Cause she gives me a feeling I just can't believe. I can see the sunrise shining in front of me. There's no sign of the setting as long as she is with me. She is the one I think of. She is the one I love. She is the one I'm dreaming. She is my one white dove. My home. Tell her just how you're feeling. Wear your heart on your sleeve. We never were together. I tell her how much she means. Through the stormy weather, she means the world to me. Through the stormy weather, she brings sunshine to me, me, me. She is the one I think of. She is the one I love. She is the one I'm dreaming. She is my one white dove. I hear home. I hear home. Home is where the heart is. That's where I wanna be. 'Cause she gives me a feeling I just can't believe. Well, I can see the sunrise shining in front of me. There's no sign of setting as long as she's with me, me, me. She is the one I think of. She is the one I love. She is the one I'm dreaming. She is my one white dove. I head home, I'm headed home. Home, home, I head home. Home, home, I head home. Home, home, I head home. And I'm headed home. Yeah.
There we go. Thank you so much, Waylon Scott in the studio. Beautiful.
Thank you.
I was just saying to you off air, that's one of my favourite songs.
Yeah. I've been getting that a little bit lately. It's a bit of a positive song. When I first wrote it, I wrote it with somebody in mind when I first started, and it was the first time I'd ever actually picked a topic on what I wanted to write about to do the song. Normally, when I write songs, I'll come up with a riff or something like that, and the lyrics just flow from the feeling of the guitaring. But this was the first time that I actually had someone in mind, or a subject in mind in which I wanted to write about, which made it a little bit harder.
You think?
Yeah, it was. But I mean,
why is that? Is that because you sort of like want to get it right because it's a specific person?
It was, yeah, and I wanted to do, do a bit of justice to the person and who I was writing it about, and because that person had done so much for me at that time, going through a bit of a rough stage of my dad being sick and everything like that, and they helped out a lot, and we had a bit of a history, so I wrote that with her in mind, and it was a bit of a tribute, and It's I haven't been in contact with her for a long time now, so I don't know where she is in Australia at the moment. Hopefully keeping safe with this COVID-19 thing, but yeah, I mean the song's sort of taken on a little bit of a new meaning for me now. I think when I sing it now, I think more of my daughter now, who's 1.5, Bella Rose.
Oh, beautiful name, Bella Rose.
Yeah, so
cute.
yeah, she's always on my mind now when I tend to sing that song as opposed to the person in which I wrote it about. So
that's interesting how
it
sort
is
of changed like
it
that
is.
for you.
I mean, when you write songs, like especially if you've written them a long time ago, you write them about what's in your heart or what's on your mind at that time, and then it's not until later on that songs can. I mean, to deliver a song, especially when you're performing live, you've got to sing it with the same feeling in which you wrote it. But sometimes you don't feel the same about the topic in which you wrote it about. But you've got to sort of dig deep and find a topic within yourself. And when you're singing it, so that it comes, you're delivering it with the same feeling in which you wrote it. So, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So you were self-taught, weren't you?
I am, yeah. It all started out as a bit of a joke and a bit of an excuse for. At the time, back in 2007, I think, I was working in a pub, and me and some workmates, Josh, Trent, and Simon, if they're tuning in, g'day lads. But it's we were working together, and I mean hospitality. We were working, so, and that's a whole different lifestyle. Like you're having your knockoff drinks when everyone's getting up and going to work and stuff like that. Yeah. So, and I mean working in pubs, we were in our 20s, early 20s, and stuff like that. So we were probably drinking pretty heavily as well, so it was an excuse to get away from our women at first, and
get away from them.
Get away from our women, and
what, at that young age?
Well, yeah, I think
I thought you wanted to get to the women.
Yeah, well, a couple of us were in relationships.
Oh, but if you had relationships, that's different. Yeah.
And the amount of time we spent together, you think we're a bunch of lads that we work together, we play together, we do everything together. So that tends to throw up some red flags as far as your partners are concerned.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so that was an excuse to get away from them for a little bit, and we would get together and have a few drinks. We never actually thought it was going to turn out to be anything really. It was just a bit of fun, recreational activity, and none of us really knew how to play a musical instrument. I think there was one, Josh. He played more, and ironically enough, he and his partner ended up breaking up, and he come and moved in my place with me and my partner at the time, and that's where I first discovered that I could songwrite, because he played a bit of the guitar, and I didn't play an instrument then, and I used to write a lot of poems and stuff, and so if it wasn't for those lads, I wouldn't be here today, I don't think. So I've got them to thank for that, and I mean they've all stopped playing music these days because they've had uni commitments and work commitments and stuff, so and married and
really, so they don't play at all.
No, it's kind of funny. I thought it was only going to last for about 6 weeks and before we realised we were no good, but we ended up playing some music festivals and stuff. But they're all bought properties and built houses and got married and stuff, and I'm still walking around with a guitar strapped to my back, going from pub to pub and station to station. And
that sounds good.
I never ever dreamed that I would be a musician. Growing up at all, I was a footy jock and all that sort of stuff. So to be sitting here in front of you today is, it's been one awesome journey. Like, I'm glad I jumped on the boat while it was it docked in, because if I had missed it, I don't think that boat would have come around again. So, and I've met some great people through music, through doing it, and I mean it's a therapeutical sort of tool for me, writing and stuff like that, and other people get some good feelings out of it. So as long as that's happening, I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, time now having a little baby daughter, I spend more time with Bella Rose than I do anything else at the moment.
Really?
And being cooped up at home as well with this COVID-19 thing. And, but that's a blessing too. That's cool. I really love it. Enjoy it. So
you enjoy staying home?
Yeah. Well, I am. I'm getting to spend time with my daughter. And no.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Excellent. Have you got another song for us?
I do. This is a song. This is when I first started writing. Probably about a second or third attempt at writing a song, I think. And this was, me and Josh, I'd watch Josh play the guitar, and I'd pick up a few chords and stuff like that. I don't know what chords are actually called, but it sounds cool. So this one's called News for You. woke up this morning, couldn't believe my eyes when I had read a piece of paper sitting on the chest of drawers in my bed. I've had enough of you, I'm leaving for another, is what it said. My first reaction was to find the boy and beat him till he's dead. But I've got news of you, well I'm not fighting for you, 'cause you're not worth the blood of my shoes. My shoes. Well, after that, I burnt the piece of paper with your shit. Found old photographs and began to cut them up in little bits. The anger passed, I skipped stairs feeling upset. So I dust my hands with a smile upon my face instead. 'Cause I've got news of you, well I'm not fighting for you, 'cause you're not worth the blood of my shoes. My shoes, yeah. I shaked it off, I shut you down, and I'll never forget all the bad things that none will ever do again. One thing I know is I no longer have to pretend. Everything's alright for your peace of mind around all your friends. Your friends, 'cause I've got news of you, well I'm not fighting for you, 'cause you're not worth the blood of my shoes. My shoes, my shoes, yeah.
Beautiful. Just quick ad.
Sorry?
Quick ad.
You're right. That was started off a bit rusty.
That was cool too. Nice.
For the sacrifices you've made and for stepping up in these tough times. The changes aren't easy.
Any shout outs here?
Shout out to anybody who's tuning in. Hello.
If you haven't already,
Is this live on Facebook?
Yep.
Live on Facebook. Gotta love being live.
That's it.
Doesn't give you much room for a mistake, is it?
authorised by the
No. Shout out to all of the people tuning in.
But mistakes all right.
Mistakes, well, some of
It's
them.
natural.
Some of the best stuff I've came out with are from mistakes, actually.
That's it.
Mm.
That's true.
Nah. I hope everyone's enjoying the warm weather.
I know.
Looking out for one another is something we all need to do. So if a mate's struggling, ask, are you okay?
Chair's a bit squeaky, isn't it?
Encourage action.
That's what I don't want to move this because I know it will squeak.
Steps could change.
I have to
I
move
know.
it very slowly.
I've got a habit. As soon as I'm on a swivel chair, I start just moving around a lot.
Jessica was only 3 years old
That's
when
it.
her mum died. Still hurting from the loss as a teenager, her mental health declined.
Alright, so we'll jump
and she
on after
turned
this
to drugs and
ad.
alcohol. Thanks to Mission Australia.
So have you got anything coming up that you want to share?
Actually, I'm playing a small set for a variety show at the Governor High Marsh next Friday night. I believe it starts around 7.
Oh, next
7
Friday,
PM. Yeah,
7 p.m.
yeah, I believe it's what time it starts.
Okay,
Don't
great.
quote me on the dates, but you can check
Oh,
it out
that's
on
cool.
Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be the first time I've been on stage for a while, so I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Very good.
Yeah.
The Gov's a great place, isn't it?
Oh, it's a beautiful venue, like, and so you always bump into people you know down there.
Yeah.
Especially being in the music industry, like there's always people
You always see
you
someone
cross
you know.
paths with. Yeah.
Supervise, watch your mate and learn how to resuscitate. I'm Laurie Lawrence. Kids Alive, do the 5.
So when was your last performance? Was that before COVID? Like
Yeah,
before the
it was.
lockdown?
It was actually at the Duke of York.
Yeah.
First time I actually played with a full band, pretty much to my music. And the following day all the restrictions came in, and it all became a bit of a reality then. But that was it was good out there in the beer garden, and good crowd that night too. So yeah.
When was that? March, February, March.
I think it was in March. Yeah. And I'm doing recording now, doing recording sessions, trying to put an EP together. So,
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Thanks to Wade Richardson and Audioism.
Who?
Wade Richardson.
Oh, what does he do?
I think he produces is pretty much his thing, but he's also a rapper as well. So
Oh, yeah, he's been on the show.
yeah, I think
for
he's
his music,
Duke-
but also
think
I didn't know that he was doing that for your
Yeah.
thing. So we'll jump on now. We can continue talking
Yeah.
on that as well.
On PBA-FM 89.7.
So I've got Waylon Scott in the studio this afternoon. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you were just saying that you're recording an EP?
Yes, in the process of it, I've got Tim Seeley, which you would have seen me around playing with him. He backs me on bass and stuff like that, and he's great help in that area. But doing some recording with Wade Richardson and his little company that he's put together called Audioism. So we've done a few sessions so far, which is great. I think we've got all the bases to the first track of the EP down. So next week we're getting together and working on laying down the ingredients to make the second track, and hopefully by the end of it I have a good 5 or 6 songs and put them onto an EP and hopefully be able to put them on sale, whether it be on SoundCloud or iTunes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a new experience for me. I mean, I've done a little bit of recording here and there, but nothing quite to the level of what we're trying to achieve at the moment. But it would be good to have that on file and an end product where you can go and do gigs and actually have something all together that you can make available for purchase for other people who are interested in your music. So yeah, but the experience itself is a good one, and it's fun too. Like I think both Tim and I are learning things, not just about the recording process itself, but also about each other. Because I mean, when I first met Tim, we actually met first time ever on stage. I was doing a set at Marcus Toop's open mic night at the time at Seacliff Hotel, and I was on stage, and then one of my songs, I'm sitting there and I'm performing and I'm hearing this bass line. I'm going, I'm not playing a bass line on my guitar. I'm like, where's that coming from? I look to my right, and right next to the fireplace there's this guy with a fretless 5-string bass, and he's just playing along, and I thought, wow. And ever since then we've pretty well clicked. We've got a good chemistry together. We're different in so many ways, but I suppose opposites work really well together. So, and he helps keep me a bit grounded a little bit. I've always been known to be a bit of a wild boy, and probably doing things I probably shouldn't. So, and he's more level-headed than what I am, and always gives me the reminders of saying, he keeps me in check, which is great. Yeah,
he's great. Yeah, you've been on the show together.
Yeah,
at the other station.
Yes, yeah, that's right. No, that's right. This is my first time at this station.
Yeah, at this station. Yeah.
It's cool. I like it here. I've seen a lot of on Facebook, and I tune into your shows quite often actually. What you do for local musicians is fantastic, and hope you continue doing so. So it is an honour to be here and playing. So thanks to PBA-FM, and thanks to you, Bianca.
Thank you. You're welcome. Not a problem. That's why we're here. And so you've got another couple of songs that you've written that I've got here on my list, Best of Me and Life. If you just want to talk to us a little bit about them before we get into the next song.
Well, Best of Me, I wrote that. That was a song I wrote. It's just one of those things that happened. I think I wrote it in 10 to 15 minutes. I was pretty angry at the time. There was a lot going on. I don't like to discuss too much about what my songs are about or what I've written them about, because it sort of takes the mystique away from, and also the people like to, when they hear songs, well, I know I do, when I listen to people's songs, I like to interpret it into something that, into my life that, it could be somebody writing something about their mother, and here I am thinking that it's something about completely different, their girlfriend or something like that. So, I mean, I don't like to go into detail too much about what each song's about, because I still like to leave that open for people who are listening to adapt it to what, if they like it or not.
to what's going on in their life. Hopefully they can relate to it, or because that's the beauty of music. But yeah, I was pretty angry at the time, and this came about. I mean, I've got my brother Ricky Scott probably to thank for this one. I won't go into detail there either, but yeah, it came out in 10 minutes lyrically, and it helped release some of the built-up angst that I had inside me at the time, and it's good to have something positive come from something so negative. So yeah, it was after a fight one night, and yeah, it's I think it's pretty self-explanatory once you hear it, I guess. So should I play it for you now?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. We've got Waylon Scott in the studio this afternoon. We're getting into our third song.
You make it clear, you say it loud, I seem to be the one most talked about. You give me all your cheek, along with all your doubts. Well, the day has come, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna stand my ground. Like a dark black cloud, fogging up your mind. I'll be the raging storm that upsets your sunset sky. You say I'm gonna bleed, well, you just made me right. But I know that only one of us will be leaving here tonight. You ain't gonna see the best of me. Gonna take you down, bring you to your knees. You ain't gonna get the best of me. Gonna cut you down, watch you as you bleed. You criticize my being, you criticize my life. Have you nothing better to do than keep messing with my mind? 'Cause you don't have the right, and I don't have the time. So get your nose up out of my shit and get yourself alive. You ain't gonna see the best of me. Gonna take you down, bring you to your knees. You ain't gonna get the best of me. Gonna cut you down, watch you as you bleed. You make it clear, you say it loud, I seem to be the one most talked about.
Waylon, that is also one of my favourite songs. I love that song too.
It's got a bit of attitude to it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that's so good. Love it, love it, love it.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it. I hope your listeners like it too.
Fantastic, fantastic. Don't know what to say after that. Yeah. I want to hear this other song.
This
Live.
This other song, Life. It's I think the timing of it at the moment with this everything that's going on, it's probably appropriate, but it's a song that I wrote a long time ago. I think I was in Brisbane at the time, and I just remember sitting out on the decking and drinking my 6-pack of beer. We'll say it was a 6-pack. It was probably a few more. And just playing around with the guitar. Didn't know anyone, just moved up there, spare of the moment sort of thing. Had a family friend there, Nathan, who used to sit there and have a few drinks, and I was trying to teach him a bit on the guitar and whatnot. But I remember feeling a little bit down, but trying to convince myself at the time that what I did was the right move, moving away from South Australia and leaving my band, leaving my job and family and everything behind. And I think I only lasted there for about 4 months. I remember that was the time that the floods came through and everything like that. So, and just sitting on the deck, like probably 2 o'clock in the morning, had no complaints from the neighbours, luckily, and wrote this song. And it's only just been recently that I rediscovered it. It's on paper amongst all my paperwork, and I thought, hello. And I gave it a crack last week, and it's the only time I've really played it, probably about twice that day. And I thought, well, I'll see if I can give it a crack today. Now that I'm saying this, it's actually making me more nervous because I'm not as prepared as what I probably should be with this, but we'll give it a go and see how it goes, eh?
Absolutely. And it's called?
Life.
I got a feeling this could be right. Pull out the lightning, lights up the sky. So many changes, so little time. So make the most of this thing we call life. This thing we call life. We wanna go wide. We take the chance to live a life. Sisters and brothers, be all you can be. Give things a chance now, and maybe you'll see. So many reasons for you to defeat all the demons you thought had you beat. You thought had you beat. We wanna go wide. We take the chance to live life. No, we wanna go wide. We take the chance to live life. You know the best things in life are free, and I don't care about what people think. You know the simple life is the life for me. You're living easy, but I'm living free, and I'm living free. We don't wanna go wide. We take the chance to live life. No, we don't wanna go wide. We take the chance to live life.
That went all right, didn't it?
Sure did. Sure did. And you've only played that twice.
Recently, yeah. From the time I wrote it till the other day when I rediscovered it, yeah. I thought with the times, with everything that's going on, it was an appropriate time to probably pull it out, I think.
Yeah,
So
good for you. Sounds beautiful.
mm,
Thank you. Well, we got through the 4.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't think we would, but we did. We just made it in time.
Oh, have we?
1 minute left. So you've got something coming up next Friday at the Gov.
Friday at the Gov starts around 7. It's a variety show, so I think it's going to be a mix of comedians and musicians and magicians and all that sort of jazz. I met this guy at the Tonsley Hotel, and we're discussing what he's trying to put together. I think he's over in Brisbane at the moment, trying to put something together over there, but should be back in time for Friday. But yeah, I can't tell you too much more about that because unfortunately I haven't had the chance to really dive into the details of it all. But all I know is, and all I can tell you is that I'll be there, I'll be playing, probably about a 10-15 minute set amongst all these other great performers. So yeah, if you've got nothing to do on a Friday and you want to let your hair down after a hard week at work, come down to the Gov and let us entertain you and enjoy an evening of a variety of performances.
Excellent, thank you.
No
Well, thanks
worries.
for coming in. You know, you're welcome on the show anytime. It's always good to hear your music, always good to catch up.
Well, thank you for having me, and it's I'm glad that you enjoy it, and I hope that the listeners and everybody that's tuning in has enjoyed the experience as much as I have. And I'd love to come back here again sometime. I like the studio. It's a lot cooler in here too than what it is outside. So.
Yeah, I know, it's lovely. Beautiful summery weather we've got, aren't we spoiled?
It is, and luckily we're not in a position that Victoria's in, so we can go out and enjoy it a little bit. So, yeah, and let's hope it stays that way too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming in.
No worries. I'm going home to my beautiful baby daughter Bella Rose.
Oh, gorgeous. Lucky you. Blessed.
But thank you again.
You're welcome. Bye bye. Perfect.
I'm suffering a little bit of hay fever.
Yes, that's hay fever weather, isn't it? The windy and the heat. I think it's the north winds that causes the hay fever.
I'm
the
not
dry.
too sure. Like, this is my first time ever really experiencing it because of I've had lung problems and all that sort of business in recent times, and so it's all pretty new. But my nose gets all clogged up.
Yeah. Do you get that sort of like the itchy feeling?
Yeah,
the itchy nose and back of the throat, like there's little ants in there or something, dust or something. Yeah.
No, it is. It's quite annoying, to be honest with you.
So if you want to say goodbye here.
Oh yes. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see each other again some other time soon.
So Jay, is it Stecky?
Jay Stecky, an old friend from back in the day, my Port Adelaide days.
Oh really?
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while. Is he tuned in? Is he?
Yes. Michael Marinos, Avril Angel.
Yeah, these are guys that are those guys. I think are the musicians that are passing the scene somewhere along the line.
Timothy Ajay Fry, Eileen Ordish.
I'm really bad with names. Hey, I've got a nickname for everybody in my head, and if I don't know the nickname, then I haven't come up with one. It's just bloke, mate, champ, boss.
I know. Catherine Bancroft, Mike Trigger, Colin Burgess. Mike Trigger says, "Hey Waylon, rock on, man."
Mike Trigger, I was speaking to him before coming in today.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Mike, and thanks for the positive feedback.
Danielle Sexton.
Yes, she was an old high school friend.
So thank you all for tuning in.
You're bringing in some names now that I haven't heard for a little while.
So you can check out that.
Yeah, I'll have to get online after this and check it all out.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.